Act like a man, take it in your own hands. I'll be damned if they take away my rights. I'ma stand, I'ma fight, despite the consequences. I'ma be vicious, nevertheless I'll progress.
Hello and welcome. This is the Viral Beard here, and today what I'm going to go ahead and show you is a few simple tricks on how to speed up or optimize your computer. And again, what we're working with is a Windows 7 operating system. So if you do have Windows 7, it's definitely a good thing to watch. That way you can get the most out of your computer's performance. First thing what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to delete the temporary files on our computer. Now the temporary files, they're just pointless. It's when you go to websites, you download, you surf the web. It's all just stuff that, like cookies, basically, for your web browser, if you know what those are. This is everything, and it's stored on your computer just for if your computer needs quick access. They think you're going to constantly go back there to that site or continue going to those programs. It just keeps it like stored in a separate file for quick access, so it moves a little faster. But again, these add up, and they're really just pointless. And actually, a lot of times, viruses and things like that will hide in your temporary folder because a lot of people don't delete it. So some programmers, they actually make that the root folder for a lot of viruses. So if you delete your temporary folder, you might end up getting rid of viruses that you may have, but as well, it's going to free up some memory space and as well speed up your computer a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down here to the Start menu, and we're going to type in Run. And then with the run prompt comes up, we're going to go ahead and type in %temp%, just like that. And then hit the OK button. Now again, mine's pretty empty. I do this quite often, so for the most part, mine's empty. You might have like thousands of folders in here. The first time I did this, I had like 36 gigs of memory. So you want to just highlight everything in here, right click, and then go down to delete. And then it's going to ask you if you are sure. You go ahead and click yes. And then some things it can't delete because they are necessary for certain programs. So you just hit skip. And sometimes it'll say, are you sure you need administrator permission to delete this folder? Just click OK. As long as it lets you delete it, you're able to delete it, and that's a good thing. Then after you're done with that, you can go ahead and exit out of here. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is disk cleanup. I already started this here just mainly because it takes a few minutes to load and I didn't want to waste time on the window. But I'm going to show you how to get to this screen. You come down here to the Start menu, you go to your computer, and right here on your C drive, you right click, and then you come down to Properties. And then when you come down to Properties, what you do is you hit Disk Cleanup, and then you have to wait. It's going to take a couple minutes, and then you're going to get this screen here. And this screen, it's going to ask you what you want to clean up. So you want to go ahead and get rid of your downloaded program files. You can get rid of your internet temporary files, offline websites, recycling bin, basically any of this, you can just get rid of it. It's all, again, pointless stuff. I got archived error reports, just pointless stuff that's taking up memory. And then you go ahead and when you check what you want here, you just go ahead and click OK. And then it's going to ask, are you sure you want to delete these files? And then you just hit yes. And then again, you have to wait. Now, while that's running, let's go ahead and just continue. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and do, I'll show you how to optimize your graphics here so your computer's not running at higher capacity trying to keep all the graphics perfect. Because Windows 7, it comes default with everything marked. So I'll show you what I mean here. First, we're going to come down here to our computer. Oh, sorry. We're going to come to the computer. We're going to right click and again hit Properties. We're going to come up here to Advanced System Setting. And then right here, you have all these tabs. And you come to the Advanced. Usually it's the one that's automatically marked. And then you right here, Performance, your visual effects, your processor scheduling, memory usage, and virtual memory. You go ahead and click Settings. Now this is all your graphics on your computer, and right now, everything on here is probably marked. Every single thing. And that's what I mean by they have everything checked, because it's let Windows choose what's best, and they want you to have everything, make it look smooth and glassy and perfect. But really, if you set this up exactly as mine is here, I'll leave it up here for a second. Go ahead and set yours up exactly. You can hit Adjust for Best Performance right here, this little button, and that will clear everything out. And then you can just start clicking these ones. And then once you get those all marked, go ahead and click Apply and then OK. And by doing this, actually, this is going to clear up a lot of your CPU usage. It's going to speed you up a little bit, because right now I'm trying to get all these graphics in here, which are used. I mean, you probably won't even notice any difference if you set yours up exactly like mine here. The main thing that I stress is this show thumbnails instead of icons. I really like that, because if you go into like your pictures here, you get these graphics. You get the actual small picture, that's your thumbnail, rather than something like a list, like an icon. Well, that even has pictures, so it'd be more like this. This is going to be what you would get if you won't have the option to have the thumbnail if you don't have that marked. And I mean, that's up to you. If you don't mind not having the thumbnail, you can always get rid of that, but there's not going to be too much of a difference just with one box. So go ahead and apply. Sometimes it might ask you to restart your computer afterwards. Just do restart later, or exit without restarting. And then next thing we're going to go ahead and do, that's going to help speed up your computer a little bit. You can exit out of all these. You want to go ahead and come down to your Start menu, and you want to type in Run again. And this time in the box, we're going to type MSCONFIG. So MS config. And then you hit Enter. And apparently it's not working. So there it goes. It's just taking a minute. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do first, I'll explain these here. You don't really need to mess with your general or your boot up or your tools. On your services, these are your startup services, and these are your background services. Now your startup services, this is like right when you power on your computer and you turn it on and everything pops up and loads up for the first time. And these are like your programs. So you're going to want to keep specific things on, like right here I have my Microsoft security client. That's my antivirus. You want that running. My Bluetooth software, these are for I'm on a laptop, so these are my wireless adapter card. And like the pointing device, this is my mouse. Microsoft you definitely want. Adobe you want. Canon, this is my printer. But like my quick menu, I turn that off. I don't need that starting up right away. If I want to open that, I'll open it. Same with Facebook Updater or my SQL Notifier, Microsoft, and Skype. I don't need, like if you have like your iTunes or like back in the day you had your Yahoo Messenger and your AOL Messenger, they would automatically pop up on your screen. This is basically going to shut off. If you uncheck them, these things will not pop up right away. You would have to click on them to open them. So go ahead and mess around with that, whatever you like. Just if you don't have anything, like if something doesn't work afterwards or if it's acting a little funny, you can always come back in here, enable all, and then start clicking on them again. Just, mess around with it, whatever works for you. And if there's something specific, like if you don't know what it is and you have no clue, just leave it. That way you don't end up like getting rid of your mouse pointer, and then your mouse won't work. And you'll have to use like keyboard shortcuts to even try and get in here. And then next we're going to go ahead and do your background services. This is everything on your computer that runs constantly in the background. Some of them are stopped, or they start and they stop on their own. First thing you always want to do before you uncheck anything in here, you come down to this bottom left corner right here. You want to hide all the Microsoft services. You do not want to shut off any Microsoft services. So you click Hide, and that's going to hide all the Microsoft, and then everything else in here is basically free game. What I've done, of course I left my Adobe, my clock, my graphics card, but everything else, like my VMware, I don't need that running all the time. If I need it, I'll open it. My Team Viewer, my Skype, again, Mozilla, the maintenance service. This Mozilla here, like I only have it on my computer here for tutorials. I never even use Firefox. I mainly use Google Chrome. So there's no reason I need maintenance service running on that all the time. And same thing with Google Updater. There's no reason for me to have Google constantly updating. That's just going to bog down my system. So basically just uncheck, and again, if something starts acting funny afterwards, you can always come back in here, enable all, and make sure you hide all Microsoft services, and then just go through it again and start over. You know, just get something that works for you. And again, this is going to clear up a lot of memory usage, so it's going to help speed up your computer. And then after you're done, go ahead and click OK. And then we have one more thing, well, maybe even two more things I want to go over with you. We'll go ahead again to computer, and you right click and you come down to properties, or excuse me, no. We want to go into computer, we want to get properties on the local disk. So right click on your C drive and then go to properties. And then when this comes up, again, you already did this disk cleanup here. What we want you to go ahead and do is come over here to tools. You have all your tabs up here, so you want to hit the tools. And then this, and well, you can do a defrag. These things are what take hours. So this is if you have like a laptop, you want to make sure you have it plugged into a power source and you don't need to be online for a while. With this one here, error checking. The defrag, this can do in the background, like it's like a virus check, how it runs. But a defrag is basically over time on a disk, like on your hard drive, it's basically like multiple disks and they're stacked on top of each other and they're spinning at a high rate of speed. And then it has a little arm that comes out and drops data on each disk. And when you defrag, or well, over time, like after you add programs and you delete it, you'll have part of a program on your, like over here on your disk, and then part of the same program over here on your disk, and then part over here because you're like, it didn't have space at first, so it had to separate pieces of it, and then you end up deleting more out and then adding more programs or more memory, and everything just gets spread all over the place. So the little arm that reads the memory has to go over here, and over here to try and read one program. So basically defragging it combines everything in the same area, so it's a little faster. But it takes a long time to really fragment your disk. So, I mean, you don't have to do this that often. And normally you can do it maybe once every year or even every couple years. So that's not a big deal. Up here with your error checking, this is a great thing to do. You want to go ahead and click check now. And again, you will click both of these. This is going to check for any damaged part of your disk, any bad sectors, and it's going to try and fix them. And it's just going to take care of everything. And what it's going to actually do, it will set it to do it on your next system restart. So if you click start here, it's going to go ahead and it will shut down your computer and it will restart it, and then you just have to wait. It's going to take an hour or two, and then it will do everything, and then it will load back up normal. It will tell you if there was any errors and what was fixed. But that's something good to do on occasion, just like that defrag. Do it every 6 months, every year, something like that. But definitely, if you've never done it before, do that now. And that is going to be basically all the tips I have for you today. Anyway, I'll probably think of some more stuff that'll help speed you up a little bit. But right now, this is going to be basic optimization that's going to help you get a lot more usage out of your computer's memory and RAM. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer any concerns or questions you have. If you're not sure about certain programs, go ahead and copy it down in there, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Or you can even, what I suggest, if you don't know what it is and you really are sure you might want to shut it off, Google it first. Put it in Google and see if it's something good that you can actually turn off, or if it's something necessary. That's the best thing to do if you don't know. Definitely Google is your friend. So keep that in mind, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.